Well, it looks like we have our first guest today.
Oh, really?
We have Wonderboy on the phone.
Awesome.
Hello, sir. How you doing, Steven?
Doing great, my friend. How about yourself?
Good, good. You got Jim and Matt. We haven't talked to you in a little while. Have you just kind of been waiting
it's
for
been
the?
a while.
It has been. Have you not? You've not fought since Till was your last fight, right?
Yeah. So it was last May, I think. I ended up tearing my MCL in the first round, so I was out for a little bit for that to heal up. And yeah, man, it's been a while since I've actually got to go to fight, man. So I've been waiting in the wind.
What do you do in this? Oh, sorry, Matt.
No,
what do
go
you do when you have this kind of time off? Besides rehab your injury, I mean, are you kind of like, are you watching what's happening, getting frustrated that you just can't participate, or you're not sure what you're going to do next?
Yeah, man, I really am. I'm sitting here and just kind of frustrated on what's next. The welterweight division is kind of up in the air right now. I mean, there's a lot of drama going on with, the Usman, the Colby Covington debacle. And there was a few times where I thought I was going to fight, like Robbie Lawler, for instance. I thought that was going to be in the bag. I thought that was going to happen. And then I was actually in New York, with Chris. Chris was getting ready to fight. He fought Jacare, and that's where I actually found out that I wasn't fighting him. He was fighting, Ben Askren, and then Ponzinibbio. So I thought I was going to fight him January 12th. A few weekends ago, or last weekend might have been. And that ended up falling through. He didn't want to fight. So I was kind of like, what the heck is happening? I'm just kind of waiting here. And then you get this 155er calling me out. Of course, I just want to fight, to be honest with you. I don't care who it is. So there's a lot of fans excited about this one, but, we'll see. We'll go out there and have some fun.
Well, styles make fights. I'm very excited about this. I didn't know where the heck this came from, though. It's like, what? But it is awesome. When you say that, it's like, all right, styles make fights. And Anthony is very creative standing up, much like yourself. This is it's really got the makings of like a fight of the night. You know what I mean? Where some guys are either trying to like just track you down or trying to time you. I mean, I really think he's going to engage, and it's going to be taking place on the feet, I believe, unless you're going to be going for double legs.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, it was kind of weird because I was actually going on vacation. I was going on a snowboarding trip up in Denver, and as soon as I got off the plane, I turned my phone off of plane mode, and my phone was blowing up, Yeah. And I was kind of glancing down on my phone like, what is going on? And I'm getting my luggage, and then, I found out that Anthony Pettis called me out. I was like, wow, that's just kind of weird. This he used to fight at 145. He went up to 155. That's 3 weight classes. Now he wants to come to 170, but fight one of the top 5 guys in the division, which is, that says a lot for Anthony, man. He's a tough dude. And
former champion. Yeah.
Yeah, former champion. I think out of everybody that I faced so far in the welterweight division, he is going to be the one more familiar with my style than any of them, than anybody in the welterweight division, I think. Because, he's a Taekwondo stylist, and you've seen him fight. His distance management is off the chart. He's very good. He's just very good, and he's familiar with that style, growing up in Taekwondo. So, do I think it's going to be an easy fight? No, not at all. I'm going to be prepared for the best, for a 5-in-a-round war with this guy, even though, he's fought the 145, 155, well, like he said, a straight shot to the chin could take just about anybody out, no matter how big you are. So he's, but that's the thing. He's going to have it's still different, I mean, stepping out there, him and his coach, I think they took the fight because they think they got my number.
Honestly, I got to say to you, the last fight with Till, which you lost on decision, I really did. I'm not saying this because I like you. I really did think you won that fight, and I was surprised that he got that decision. Him jumping up like this, it works one of two ways for guys. Like, it works well because they don't have the weight cut and they have more energy and they can just fight a little bit heavier. And some guys have a hard time with it because now you're fighting a guy who's coming in at 182 pounds and dealing with him or whatever it is you fight when you actually walk in the cage.
Yeah. I mean, he's, I think those 155ers, because I train with 155ers all the time. They're extremely fast. Even though they're not big, they're very fast. And I think he's going to try and use that to his advantage here. I don't think he's going to take me down. I don't think that at all. I think he's going to, I think he knows if he tries to take me down, he's going to be wasting a lot of energy to try and do so. So I believe he's going to try and out counter me. I have the reach on him. Obviously, I do believe I'm faster than him. And I'm not a big welterweight anyway. I walk around 185. Most of these guys walk around over 200 pounds. So I'm not a big welterweight. So I think it's going to be an exciting and fun fight.
Maybe that's why
they
chose you.
I'm preparing for it. Oh, I think so. I do. I really do. He knows that, because there's a lot of strong wrestlers in the division. And don't get me wrong, man. Anthony Pettis' jiu-jitsu is very good. It's underestimated. And so he's submitted some very high-level guys. He submitted Ben Henderson. He just submitted, what's the guy's name? He just beat Carlos Condit.
Michael Chiesa.
Yeah, also Gilbert Melendez. He got an arm lock back in the day. I mean, when he defended the belt. I mean, Gilbert Melendez, right? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, oh yeah. And so he's very underestimated. His jiu-jitsu is so. But the thing is, he's going to have to try and get me down there if that's his game plan. I don't think he's going to try and take me down at all. I think he's going to try and keep it standing.
I agree. I think he's going to be looking at it like he's going to be the faster guy because he's smaller. And you're not a huge, like you said, you're not a huge welterweight. But you're not used to. Well, maybe you are used to. I was going to ask you that, but you actually said it just before. You're used to sparring with guys. A lot of guys are 155ers, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean we got guys here at the gym, high level strikers too. I fight guys who fight at 135 all the way up to 205, and both very high level striking. Of course, our gym is known for that. So, and similar styles to me, to mine. So I'm very used to that. I mean. I was getting asked questions like this, as the fight was being announced, and a lot of fans, what's the difference between karate and taekwondo? Well, there's a lot of similarities, a lot of differences. More taekwondo, there's a traditional taekwondo style, and then there's competitive taekwondo, which is mostly kick. They don't even punch, but he's made it work well for MMA, just like my karate has. I remember the very beginning of the UFC when it was coming up, like karate was looked down upon, and now people are trying to play catch up because they're not familiar with the style, and you're seeing more guys doing that karate taekwondo style because it is very difficult to prepare for. You got Conor McGregor with that karate style. Anderson Silva can play back and forth. Gunnar Nelson, Michael Page Venom. I mean, it's a lot of these other guys are playing catch up because it is so difficult to pin down, to prepare for.
Steven, you've had 5 decisions in a row, and I think after your last one, you said there might be something you needed to switch up. Have you thought more about that, or is that just something you said in the moment, or what do you attribute that to? Besides the fact that the competition is very, very good in the welterweight division. Yeah,
I mean the guys, coming up. Everybody's asking me, telling me that too. It's like, you need to go out there and knock more people out. Well, I'm like, man, these guys are on another level. I mean, these are the top 5 guys in the world. Yeah. You're not just going to go out there and put yourself out there to knock them out, but you're also putting yourself out to get knocked out when you try that stuff. So you got to be very patient with these guys. But, one of the things that I've actually worked on is being a little bit more aggressive, not overly aggressive where you see guys run in and get knocked out, but, stepping out there, letting them feel my presence, the same way I did Johnny Hendricks. And that was a mindset that I had when I stepped out there, was to go out there and just, I had a lot of respect for Johnny Hendricks, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of went out there and did my own thing, not really too worried about what he was going to do, which I think the last few fights I really was. Like, I knew these guys were going to try and take me down, like the Tyron fight. And, of course, the Masvidal fight, I went out there and had some fun. And the Till fight, I ended up tearing my MCL the first round, and that played a whole lot in the rest of the rounds, not being able to do my style because of fear that I was going to blow my knee out. But just that confident mindset, go out there and just, that I can beat these guys. I really can. I mean, top 5 guys right now, I can beat them. I know I can beat Tyron. And just having that mindset, stepping out there and not really too worried about what this guy's going to do. I know what he's going to do. I prepared for that in the gym. So now I just got to go out there and do what I do.
I wonder with Anthony Pettis, with his mindset, being the lighter guy, the smaller guy coming up to fight you, if that puts him at more of a at-ease mindset going in, like, hey, man, if I lose the guy who's bigger than me anyway. I'll still kick ass in my weight class. You know what I mean? Like a safety blanket, like not an excuse, but he was bigger anyway. I gave it a shot, and if he wins, he's a hero. Where if you beat him, and I'm not trying to, you have a strong mindset anyway, but it could be looked at, he beat a smaller guy. So I mean, how does your mindset not get caught up into that? And I hope I didn't just mind fuck you with that. I'm fighting a smaller guy. There's no upside. No, I'm only kidding. A lot of these guys are going up kicking ass anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as there's a lot of 155ers moving up. I mean, Chiesa moved up, Masvidal moved up. You have these guys moving up the welterweight division and doing well. Cerrone was doing very good at 170. Yeah. So I think that's the mindset that he's having is, man, these other 155ers are doing it. Why can't I? And he doesn't have to worry about the weight cut factor. And it is a win-win for him. If he does get beat, well, I got beat by a bigger guy. And if I win, well, that's definitely a win for him. So, I know that going into this fight. Like, I know this guy's a smaller guy, and it's a win-win for him. But that kind of fuels me to train harder because I know he's got that mindset, which means I have to really put on a show. I cannot let this guy, beat me in my own division. So that's kind of driving me and pushing me to be the better fighter that night and train as hard as I can, in training. So, a lot of 170s are like, man, why is he fighting this smaller guy? Well, because no 170s want to freaking fight. What does that say about my division? You got 3 or 4 guys at the top of the game not wanting to fight me, and then you have this 155er calling me out. What does that say about you? So y'all can't be saying anything.
I never seen. I'm going to say that out of all the fighters, man, when it's fight time, whether it's when you're fighting in somebody's hometown, like Darren Till, or wherever you fight, it looks like when that fight starts, you look like you're sparring. Like you look so damn calm between rounds, leading up, during it, after you get caught with a shot. Where does that come from? Does that just come from the many, many karate tournaments that led up to where you're at now? But because that is not a lot of guys have that calmness about them.
Well, thanks, man.
Right or wrong, Jimmy? I mean, you see what I'm saying?
It concerns me because I like you so much. I'm like, oh no, and then you never seem like you're concerned about anything in the world. You just seem very relaxed, and
it actually puts me at ease more. I'm like, look at him.
Panic.
Why am I nervous? Look at him.
I'm like, his hands are low. I just panic.
Is that the round you clocked in? What is that, Wonderboy?
To be honest, I think that it does have a lot to do with experience. I've been fighting competitively at a very young age, and I started my kickboxing, fighting kickboxing competitively at a young age at 15, and I think that has something to do with it. But I also, one of the things that I look for when I'm watching fights is how calm people are, and I think since it's at the top of my mindset, my thinking, I'm that way when I step out there because I feel that the guys that are more calm in the octagon are usually the ones that end up coming out on top. I mean, if you watch Anderson Silva fight, he's one of the most calm guys I've ever met in my life, or seen fight in my life. And it's like, he goes out there and does work. He knows he's focused on, what he's got to get done out there, and he's not. Because my goal whenever I fight somebody is to frustrate them with my style, and you've seen that with time and time again with guys that I fought, especially with the Hendricks fight, the Jake Ellenberger fight. Where I had Hendricks actually drop his hands and shake his head, I was like, I knew then that I had him. And if I stay calm, if I let him make me emotional, then I'm going to start doing things that I normally don't do, and I put myself out of position to get hurt. So that's my job. My job is to stay calm and frustrate you, so that way you get emotional. That you get frustrated out there, and then once that happens, then I got you.
And Steve, what do you think about what's going on too? Because the top of the division has kind of had a strange little log jam. Colby Covington got the interim belt, and then Tyron is back, and then it was supposed to be Colby, I thought, was next in line, and now it's Kamaru Usman. What do you think about that? Because I think for you, because you've already fought Woodley twice, I think for you it's a huge advantage if Colby or Kamaru Usman is champion, because that's a whole new rivalry to start. I think for you that's a very big advantage. What do you think about Colby being passed over for Kamaru?
You're right 100%. I think these guys beating Tyron will definitely put me closer to another title shot. But Tyron is just a freaking he's a freaking animal, man. He really is. He's an analyst. He's very smart in the octagon and outside the octagon, breaking guys down. Do I think these guys can beat him? Maybe. But man, Tyron is I think he's got better striking, better wrestling than any one of those guys. That's it. I think the only way they beat him is to tire him out because, Tyron is a very explosive guy and he's notorious for tiring out later in the rounds. But as you can tell, when he fought Maia, man, he was definitely very calm and ended up doing work and knocked out Till in the second round. I mean, just staying calm. So he's got very good striking, very good wrestling. Just that these guys got to go out there and do what they got to do to beat him. But I don't understand the drama what's going on. I mean, I know Colby Covington was supposed to fight him, and then Colby Covington wasn't able to fight him when the UFC wanted it to happen. So they were like, okay, well, Manuzman's going to fight, or something like that. I think that's the correct. I think that's the way it went. And then, he did have the interim title, and now Usman's fighting him. So it's like, what the heck is going on? I think everybody's like, what the heck is going on? Why is Colby fighting for the title? And I know that Colby Covington has not made friends lately. He's the guy that you just don't like, So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I think that there's always a good villain is always an easier sell on a fight, too. I think the fact that he's not likable, and I'm not crazy about him either, but I do think he deserved that shot. But I like Kamaru a lot more as a person. I really like him. But, Colby being kind of a dick or a villain certainly does not sell the fight, But I think for you it works out well either way. And I think because I don't think Colby will fight you before he fights Kamaru or Tyron for that. I think his next fight is going to be a title shot if he's going to fight.
Yeah, I heard there was rumor that he was going to fight Till in London, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think Masvidal got that one. So at the time when I was looking for a fight, that fight was like out there, the information was out there on social media. Colby Covington's going to fight Till in London, blah, 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 or shooting for it. So I'm like, man, well, everybody's pretty much going to fight coming up. So, but that's not happening. Masvidal's, I think, taking over that. So, yeah, I don't think Colby, and it's understandable. You're supposed to be fighting for the title. I'm not going to fight anybody until I fight for the title. Y'all told me I was going to fight, So that's understandable. And he's going to wait, I believe, to fight for that title. Yeah.
Why didn't because I think you against Santiago Ponzinibbio would be an incredible fight. What happened with that? Did he just not want to do it? Is he hurt?
No, I really don't understand what was going on. We were talking back with the coaches and everything, and I just believe he just didn't want to fight. I think he's fighting RDA now. That's the guy he wanted to fight. He didn't want to fight me. It looked like for a little while there that it was going to happen, and I was preparing for that. We were on vacation, Christmas vacation. We're actually with the Weidmans. I was training out on vacation, and then the fight ended up happening. So, which is okay. I'm coming into this camp and already in shape.
Now it might have been on that vacation. And this is coming from Mrs. Serra, my wife. You made her nervous. Don't play catch with your nephew. Don't do that. You and Chris Weidman will play. You know what I'm talking about. It wasn't that far of a throw. But my wife goes, look at that. They're throwing the baby. No, but it was funny. You guys are hysterical, man. Right. You got a dangerous. Do you realize, Wonderboy, if they have a family reunion, how dangerous his family is? Not just with his father. His father alone is a scary individual.
Yes.
But, him and Wonderboy could take out a whole bar. Now, then you picture they're related to the Weidmans.
That's right.
Not only that, his other sister is married to Carlos Machado of the famous Machado clan. Holy shit, man. But you guys have all the bases covered. You guys got the karate. Carlos brings in the jiu-jitsu master, Weidman with the wrestling, and look at you guys. I don't know. I was thinking about it. It's crazy.
That was the plan from the get-go.
Was it?
My dad had a plan. They weren't planning marriages, I promise. But
it's amazing.
Somehow they ninja'd their brains and made it happen. I don't know.
It reminds me of Game of Thrones when it's like, oh, it'll be a good match. I can see, was it Charlie Weidman and your father got together? It'll be a good match. We'll combine houses.
House Thompson and House Weidman.
House Thompson, House Machado, House Weidman are all. You call the banners. You guys are set. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And those guys are. And Charlie Weidman, Chris's dad, and my dad are very similar guys. He comes down here a lot, man, and all they do is sit there, smoke cigars, and drink beers and chat about everything. And they could do that for hours, for days, and they'll talk about fighting for days to come. You know, so they're literally the same guy.
Are you still teaching? I know you were teaching, I think, kids karate or beginner karate class. Are you still teaching now, or you don't do that at all when you're in camp?
Oh no, man, that's my daily routine. I work around my training. I work around my teaching. So I'm still at the gym, man, 24/7. I'm here teaching the kids classes from 5-year-olds all the way up to 10. And, you know, we're busting out the seams. We're getting ready to move our facility to a bigger. We're an 11,000 square foot facility now. We're moving to a 20,000 square foot facility. So, because we're busting out the seams. We've been open for 35 years.
Wow.
But we've been in this location for about 25 years. So it's still going to be in Simpsonville, but, you know, we're having to turn people away.
That's so great. That's awesome.
So you know what you'll do if you defend when eventually you stop fighting. A lot of, like, we had Dennis Bermudez in, and he's like thinking about doing this or that. He's kind of searching. You know what you're going to do after you're done actively fighting.
Oh yeah, this is where I'm going to be. This is my first love. I fight because I like to compete, man. The money's a bonus, but I could stop that right now and just teach karate classes. To be honest with you, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, we got 3 generations of martial artists coming. We got grandkids of grandparents that took here.
That's so
took
great.
at our gym. My dad taught when they were young. It's crazy.
How long has your dad been doing it?
Oh my goodness. You know, the reason y'all know this already. He started karate because of Elvis Presley. You know, Elvis Presley was a celebrity black belt. He's like a 7th degree, but he was like a celebrity.
Wait, they said Elvis was 7th degree?
Yeah, sure was.
Ed Parker, yes.
Ed Parker, man. Matt said, you know your stuff.
Thank
bro.
you, Wonderboy. That makes me feel happy. But it's true. Yeah, Ed Parker.
That's why. Yeah, Ed Parker, man. Back in the day, and my dad couldn't dance like Elvis. He couldn't sing like Elvis, but he would do some of his moves on stage. And my dad's like, I want to be like this guy. So he was in military school at the time. He got $5 a week for an allowance, and he spent that $5 to drive 2 hours one way to train with this karate guy.
Wow.
And 2 hours back. And that was his training for a long time. He's been doing this. Man, he's been fighting since the 70s. Man, 75 maybe, I think, 76. But he's been competing for a long time too.
I like when that private was all nervous about him, and he was teaching that guy to be a man. We got to have your father back in here. I remember the last time he was here, he told us that story, and the guy was scared shit of him, and he had to get him ready, man. He had to get him ready. He could have went to war.
He did. Oh my goodness, man! My dad he bullied that guy. I mean, he was the biggest guy in the school, and bullied that guy all the way to the field. The guy was scared of him.
Probably saved his life.
Oh my God!
Probably saved his life.
I'm doubting Elvis's 7th degree. I'm calling him to question the validity of Elvis's 7th degree.
Well, I am too, and my dad is too. Like, you know, now that my dad is experienced in the martial arts, like, you know, he's one of those black belts that was kind of given to him because he is who he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was probably at best like a brown belt, maybe like in karate, like a karate brown belt, which is, you know, not even close to black belt, but, you know, that's probably the level he was. He was probably given a 7th degree. Oh, I'm a 7th degree. Oh, you're Elvis Presley, so here you go.
Yeah, right. They probably asked what degree he was. They'd say 3rd, and he'd pop a few pills, and he'd go, I'm 4th, and I'd be like, all right, Elvis, you're 4th. What's the difference?
Going up.
He's eating a fried banana and peanut butter sandwich. Who cares? He's gonna shit himself to death. I heard that.
Oh, I love it.
I heard that the karate instructor was banging Priscilla. Did you ever hear that rumor?
I heard that rumor.
Was what?
Was that Elvis's karate instructor was banging Priscilla? That's what I heard.
Goddamn alphas.
No. Oh my God!
You didn't hear that?
Idea.
That was a rumor.
You know how depressing that is when you're Elvis and you can't. But then again, he probably wasn't, you know, having a lot of sex at the very end. I don't know.
All right, let's let Wonderboy go.
Listen, we love you, man.
I love it.
Good luck to your
Love
fight.
you guys, man.
Anthony
you're the
Pettis,
best.
main event, UFC Nashville, March the 23rd on ESPN Plus. and maybe we'll talk to you before then. But we'll talk to you soon, man. Good luck. All right.
Yeah, Wonderboy.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy. Take care.
buddy.